Previously on Masks and Martyrs.
Kahlo says, "This will not do." It's almost graceful the way that these ripples just explode out. It just kind of collapses into water.
Yes.
You notice the water level has been dropping, tucked around the cove, an entrance to a passageway.
What's our move?
We're going down there.
Ahead of you, there are stairs down into darkness. The further in you get, the more it becomes apparent. The sort of echoing sound of the sea that you've been hearing, June. Enter. Reagan, you enter in first, and that same voice echoes throughout. The broken shield turned to blade, could not save, now it slays.
We're talking about an old god, aren't we?
I will walk in.
As you walk in, Shadow Thief takes and takes, never gives, uses pieces.
Ooh, I would think you're mine.
Another that runs, flees, abandons others. Monty, the voice says, "The coward prince, hiding from silver eyes. Afraid, yes." And you see that risen up is a figure. "Hello, I am the second of its coming."
So last session, y'all handled a mysterious water-based entity which had apparently been encroaching upon the residents. Before that, Wisteria had come for some... help isn't the right word. Wisteria does not ask for help. But Wisteria offered a mutual exchange of payment for services rendered. At the same time, Reagan showed up. She wanted to come and say hello to everybody.
No, she was thirsty for milk.
And she couldn't find milk in that big damn house, and she remembered that there's just milk over at the residence, not because she wants to see anybody there.
No.
Baka. At the same time, Brika and Monty were having a conversation. The party then kind of all met up, and Kahlo was there, the Kenku monk, who, in addition to being Kahlo, Bird Boy, he also was curious as to where Rufus had gone, and a number of people had gone, because he was unable to find most people within the residence. However, trouble was afoot, and it rolled into town, and the party sprung into action. And after Kahlo took some hits, took a couple smart jabs to the head, you managed to destabilize the sort of or hydrokinetic creature that. After that, the party then realized that after Wisteria reclaimed a small relic from an seeming altar which had risen up out of the bay, the party then delved down into the caverns below the residence, which are much more expansive than one would think. Some conversations were had along the way, and then, well, I don't want to go over the whole thing, but everybody got down there, and upon entering into the same cavern which Wisteria you had seen in your dreams, each person received a message. Upon entering this sort of brackish pool of water in the middle of the cavern, which in your dreams had sort of a small, like almost ziggurat shape to it, that was gone, replaced with a brackish pool of water, and rising up from that water was a small platform. The water itself rose and is currently floating in the air, a massive sphere of it kind of just drifting and shifting shape ever so slightly. But standing in the middle of it is a creature, which identified itself as the second of its coming. And it said that it believed that it needed to have a conversation with you all. And that's where we're picking back up.
Hey, real quick.
Yes.
That was Reagan talking. I'm just jumping right in. Any other, regular people come through here recently?
What do you mean?
humans, elves, other
Define
birds.
regular people.
You know, just people that aren't, like, part of the
non-immortal
fish monster
gods of fish?
Yeah, the ones that aren't part of the fish monster oversoul. Anyone else like that, my dude?
The last 4 who came, who killed the first of its coming, they are not here anymore.
Not here anymore as in physically not in this location, or dead? You killed them.
They have not come through here.
Oh.
Neither has the grinning ghoul or the small firebrand. We revealed ourselves to you. We opened the way as one came who has a piece of us.
Everybody just, turns and whips and looks at Wisteria, I bet.
There are certain matters which need discussion. Provided an agreement can be reached, we would find that preferable. Its coming is not long now, not too far off, even by your standards. However, it would be more neat if an understanding were to be made with those who walk above.
What kind of understanding?
Services rendered, an agreement of non-aggression, and certain tasks carried out.
Any more detail to that?
We're not super into the cryptic thing today. We already deal with that enough with the people, as you say, up above.
Pardon, your tongue is difficult to convey with eloquence.
Man, you don't have to impress us. We're already plenty impressed.
Reagan in completely busted Elvish. Would Elvish help?
Do you have another form of communication that you prefer?
It kind of looks over to you, June, and it says, yes, but it is not comforting to those such as yourself. You have had some of that expression thus far. Think of it as an expression through dream or vision. However, it is by nature a communication between us and ours. That shapes the perspective. It is oftentimes disquieting to those who do not share such perspective as we do.
Okay, I mean, that's fair.
So is June one of you guys now, since she's having the visions?
No, she simply made the first bargain. The first true one, not the paltry offerings given by others of late. No, she made a deal, as you do with equals. In order for this to work, that is what must happen.
You want another deal?
Yes. We do not need it, per se. Its coming is inevitable. However, we would prefer it to be as bloodless as possible.
What is your goal with this coming? Are you, not to sound melodramatic, but are you looking to, enslave Hintilla or something? Or are you just like, I thought it'd be nice to grow some legs and walk on land, so I'm gonna do that, and I don't want people attacking me because I look scary.
Part of your world.
Not today, motherfucker, I've got legs!
What we wish is to claim what has always been ours. What we wish is to finally have what we fought for all those years ago.
Do I know anything about this? Does this sound even, distantly familiar to me?
previous deals have been made. Is that correct?
In the past, yes. You made one yourself. And Monty, if you want to roll either history or religion, one of those, and see what you get.
Ooh! Sorry, that was very loud. That was a nat 20. Like,
That was
before I
that
even
was
add...
James from Team Rocket, is what that was.
It was.
You'll forget my history. You said that was a history check?
Yeah, we can do history.
That would be a 20. That would be a 28 with a nat 20.
So, with the check, you don't necessarily know what this creature is referring to.
Oh, no.
But you do... There are... In the myth of the world, there are really 3 distinct time periods. 5,000 years... The last block of 5,000 years are considered like the modern ages. The 5,000 years before that were the Age of Powers. The forever before that are sort of lost in the mists of time. There is not record there. However, there are common themes through different cultures, creation myths, through the stories of gods and histories and tales of their people. There are certain commonalities. One of them is the First War. When violence was first brought into the world, when gods and monsters walked side by side with mortals, and the wrath that they brought was terrible indeed.
So we're not kidding when we talk about the old ones.
It's if this is what you think it is, this may have some connection to it.
So this is like what this being is referring to is beyond the scope of Hintillan politics. This is so far beyond anything that we have dealt with thus far as a group. Essentially,
I would say that this sort of falls into one of those. There are areas of study within sort of the arcane arts that are less about bending magic and learning that, and more about delving into the greater mysteries of the world.
Got it.
This is sort of that, I think. This falls into like the spooky books in the library that nobody ever really that everyone's like, well, let's not read those. Those are a bit nightmarish.
Yeah.
But yes, back to you, June. It seems to be implying that there have been deals made in the past, and you were the first one, though, who made a deal as an equal rather than as a subservient.
Interesting.
Wisteria is on par with them old gods.
Oh my god, they're going to make Wisteria into an old god?
Yes!
No!
But the second of its coming seems to be trying to learn this language and shape around it, shape these words into concepts that are understandable, that make its foreign and alien thoughts understandable.
Gotcha.
And part of the way that works is it seems to, as you prompt it, it is able to become more clear and concise. As if questions that y'all are asking are what give definition to its otherwise sort of hazy thoughts.
So am I to understand that you are interested in making another deal as equals?
Yes. We have certain objectives that, should they be carried out, things will be easier for those above as for us. When it comes, it is a choice between mercy and loss.
Well, of those two options, mercy certainly seems preferable.
Are
No,
those
wait a
the
second.
only
Hold
two
on.
options?
Oh, yeah.
For now.
Hold on, I wasn't asking you. It was June. June, I know what your name is.
I would be happy to make a deal as equals.
Oh, shit.
Good. There are those within this city who would stand against us. There is a man. He and his have proven difficult. You will kill him for us.
Oh, no.
It should not be difficult. he does not watch his back as much as he should.
Oh no.
A subtle knife, and it will be over. And
Sorry,
at this point, the coral dais that this creature is standing on, part of it, the coral, remaining solid, begins to flow like water into, as it sort of raises one of its hands, and it sort of floats up to it as it's raising its hand. And then as it tightens its fingers around it, it takes shape into a wickedly curved knife. No longer than 9 inches at the blade. And it says, "This will do the work."
Sorry, was there like a name that would, help?
I assume that I will be informed of the target.
Yeah, but no, I'm also kind of interested in who you're gonna kill, maybe? Intellectual...
Well, I am the one making the deal.
Well, yeah, but like...
Wisteria, there is a moment where it opens its palm and the knife begins to float up and the hilt turns towards you. As soon as it does, you have a flash of a vision of your hand holding the knife, and it is rammed into the back of Rufus the Just.
Fucking do it!
And then, suddenly, your hand is holding the knife, and it is in your hand. To everyone else, the knife just flickers out, and suddenly Wisteria is holding it.
Understood.
June, did he tell you?
Question. Monty's a smart boy. Monty heard the dialogue of that scene.
Yeah, Reagan suspects he's talking about Rufus because I think she's aware that they fought the other one. Can I roll an insight check?
Yeah, I was gonna say, is there something I can roll to prove that I know this shit? Because
were they the ones that fought the other one? Because you had given me information on a vision before from the altar in the bay, showing a goblin, a human, an elf, and an orc attacking the fish people and killing one of them.
Yes.
That was my assumption that was the first coming, and those were the 4 who killed them?
Yes.
That
was the first of its coming. However, within the residence of Rufus the Just, there currently live a communist human paladin, a labor organizer goblin barbarian, a very socially awkward elven druid, and a very tall orc rogue named Hank, who has a pair of, think like youngster Joey kind of outfit.
Oh my god.
with a big old backpack and shorts, and who has 5 charisma and just wants to make friends with people.
Alright, cool.
So this is the same room, but there has been drastic changes since then. I don't think that you know everyone. It'll depend on how close tabs you've been keeping on the people here, essentially.
I mean, probably not that close, though after that vision, it's something she'd probably try to investigate, but obviously there has not been time for that. That just happened.
Yeah, when the second of its coming says he and his, I think Wisteria is sharp enough to figure out, these are some more of, the strays that Rufus keeps taking in.
Right.
Normally not, intentionally, people just kind of keep moving in. But yeah, that seems to be the situation.
So I guess the question is then, would the others have any reason to suspect?
I was going to explain my leap of logic.
Yes. So let's go. So we'll do Monty, and then we'll do Reagan. Okay.
Okay.
And then if Brika's got any questions before we move on, because this is certainly a pretty tense moment, I think.
Yes.
So I want everybody to have a moment to process and figure that out, how their character is dealing with it.
Yeah.
So Monty first.
So my leap of logic here is that just talking about somebody who would interfere with plans in a under the sea cavern, basically in the backyard of my buddy Rufus the Just. With tentacles that were trying to grab a ship that Rufus has had, not at the dock. What is it? Like suspended out of the water or whatever.
Yeah, well, it's there's a dock there. It's at a dock.
Oh, okay.
They've been trying to dredge it up because it was sunk because Mortis Gimgul decided to break the ship when he was here. God damn it, Mortis.
Right. And like the tentacles that we originally fought were trying to get that ship, which is ostensibly property of Rufus the Just, my buddy Rufus the Just, who it really, really sounds like this guy wants to kill. Do I need to roll for insight to connect those dots, or...
Give me an insight check, and then I'll tell you what it is you're able to figure out. Because part of this is you're trying to get a read on this creature. You're trying to see something very alien, and you're trying to kind of like discern meaning from it.
Oh yeah. I'm looking into a glitching GIF and trying to understand what it originally meant. I rolled with my modifier. That's a 12.
Okay, so I think that you may have a suspicion that it's Rufus, but there are also others in the city who it could also be.
Yeah, that's fair, because I was also thinking before you said Rufus, I was thinking it could have been one of the nobles anyway, so...
Yeah.
Okay.
Just like movers and shakers in general, I think that there's a very... I think that you've made the case, and I think well enough that you could suspect that this is actually... that this is Rufus, but there's not been confirmation yet. Reagan.
That's not going to stop me from going, wait, no, when we go back to scene.
Yeah, Reagan.
Yeah, so Reagan's is less of a deduction, more of a sudden paranoia. Because she got nervous when Kalos said he was missing. And she wasn't totally sure why she was so nervous. She's like, he could probably rip me in half, and you probably shouldn't be worried about that. But then, as soon as she heard he doesn't watch his back and mentioned companions, Reagan, I'm not going to say she knew, but she thinks she knows.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's reasonable. I think that's like a solid.
Yeah, it's not so much that she knows, like, actually objectively, but that's what her anxiety is telling her.
Sure. I think that's fair, especially considering like how her thoughts have changed about Rufus recently. I think it's very fair. Yeah. Brika, do you like what's Brika feeling right now?
Honestly, Brika is going to assume that anyone that this fish guy once killed is a noble instead, because who wouldn't want to kill those guys?
That's fair.
Also, she's really pleased that someone is asking to have someone killed, and she's not the...
That's nice.
She's not the responsible
it's
party.
It's refreshing. It's a breath of fresh air.
Oh, no one's asking me to cut the throat.
To be fair,
okay.
That's only been 2 people so far.
That's 2
people.
more than usual.
That's 2 more than usual.
I just don't want to...
You know how many people asked me to kill and I was in the desert?
Then I came here.
It was 0. 0.
Yeah, okay, so, now that we've kind of figured out where everybody's at on this, we're gonna cut back to the scene. Boom, back in the scene.
Yeah, Reagan is just kind of doing what I was doing before we jumped in, and just like, June, who is it? What did he tell you? What did he tell you? Because that's her. She's just kind of...
It's Erwin von Tepler.
Ooh.
That was a smooth lie.
Ooh. Give me a deception check, June.
Gladly.
Give me a deception check on that. Ooh, that's
don't let me down, dice.
Spicy meatball.
Okay, it's a 16.
So anybody who is suspicious of that can roll an insight to contest that.
Why is it gotta be insight, man?
Because that's what the skill says.
I know, but
that's how deception checks work.
Reagan believes her.
Shit.
She's still like got a little bit of gnawing paranoia, but the 5 I just rolled says she takes her at her word for now.
Yeah, I rolled worse than that. I got a 4 + 1, so that's also a 5.
Well, I mean, wait. Hold up. If it's Erwin von Tepler and Reagan's gonna put up a finger and turn to the fishman, do you think I could get in on this?
Brika was already on board with this. She had no reason to doubt Wisteria, June, but I rolled anyway, and I got an 18 + 9. So
Brika's roll? Can I have Brika's roll, please? Can we
No. Brika, June is lying. She is lying.
Well, Brika, now you know that.
Well, that's
You gonna share with the class?
that's an interesting thing
Hold
to,
on.
to
Can
know.
I ask a question?
But I just asked a question of the fish man.
Wait, what did...
No.
Oh,
yeah, well, that.
right. So,
Reagan wants to help.
So, it sort of turns to you and it says, "You may assist her."
Cool.
Can I ask a question of June to attempt to clear up Monty's doubt?
Would Monty have any doubt?
Yes, because Monty doesn't think that June is lying, but Monty wants to clear up his original idea and just wants to ask point blank, "Hey, it wasn't Rufus, right?"
So part of this is Monty can ask the question, but depending on June's answer, I will decide whether or not it requires another deception insight contest.
Okay, okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Because I want to respect the last couple rolls of this.
Yeah, we're also getting into like more D&D-ish D&D than I'm used to playing here. I don't do a lot of rolling, so I'm not sure how all of this ends up working out. So,
yeah, that's fair.
my question, hey June, just put some doubts to rest. It doesn't have anything to do with Rufus, right?
Killing Erwin von Tepler? Only if he wants to be involved. I don't know who is Rufus?
This is his house.
Ah,
Yeah, you can see maybe how I sort of wonder if he's important to this whole situation.
that does make sense.
Wisteria. This is not for Monty to roll against, but can you give me a deception check real quick?
Deception check?
Yes.
29.
Damn it! Jesus fuck! Oh my god!
Do you have a plus
That's
10?
more like it.
It's
I have a plus 10.
expertise. It's expertise, y'all.
Jesus! She got that expertise.
Bards, I guess. Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Wisteria, you just hear, well. And you turn and you see Kahlo is just staring at you. His head is cocked.
Forgot he was here.
How's Kahlo been rolling?
Yeah.
Kahlo
Pretty
just
good,
looks,
it seems.
Kahlo just looks very, he looks a little confused as he's sort of staring at June.
Well, Kahlo, I guess your friends aren't here. I mean, I guess we can go, right? Reagan just really wants to get on with the whole murder Erwin von Tepler thing. I mean, it's what she's been wanting since she was a little girl.
Well, hold on, now I'm worried about that too.
That's okay, Monty. We'll kill you later.
Now hold on.
Kahlo's just staring at June, just like very intently.
You okay, Colo?
I am thinking about something.
Want to share with the class?
Where I am from, we have a saying. The mountain and the winds are as one, as both must bow to the ant. It does not translate well.
No.
Not especially.
But, At this point, you hear the voice of the second of its coming. And it says, "Now, what would you want? A bargain made between equals requires equal services.
This is true.
What do you want?"
When it comes, I wish to guarantee the freedom of the people of Hintilla.
That is much to ask for but one life taken.
I could take more than one life.
Oh, hold on now.
Or perhaps, as a show of good faith, we could start small. And I would simply request my own freedom and safety.
That is acceptable. A life for a life. To begin a partnership.
Wonderful.
If I help, do I get immunity too?
No, fuck you. You're late to the party.
It will be considered.
Sick! Man, this is the best day ever, guys.
As for the gifts you have already been given, consider them a token of good faith.
Much appreciated.
And just because I can't quite convey it just over audio. When it says you have been given it gestured to all of you.
Interesting.
Was I supposed to know about something that I got, or
you all got something.
We got poems.
Yeah,
It says it has wider vision than anything else truly in this city. To show you what comes is truly a gift. To show you who comes, perhaps less so.
Thank
I don't
you.
like this at all. This is very bad.
Once this task is completed, should I return here?
You may. Or you may wait. There are those who are subservient to it, that prostrate themselves and grovel. They are useful in their way. Perform this for us, and it will be pleased.
Very well. Then I believe our business here is concluded.
Please don't drown us on the way out.
You will have ample time.
Let's go.
Yes.
Is there any other information that you would give us freely?
We have given you each valuable information.
Okay.
A broken prince, a broken shield, one that runs, and a shadow thief. We have given each of you knowledge of things you should not know. What more would you have of us?
I mean, okay, that's fair, but when you give us knowledge that we don't...
Your generosity is much appreciated.
It is. I mean, it is. It definitely is. But, when you give us knowledge that we don't know, then, when we know it, we don't know that we know it. So, I'm sorry if I seemed rude because I wasn't aware that I was supposed to know something. You get my point, maybe.
I think it might be best if we head on our way before the waters rise.
Let's go. Anyway, so are we leaving now for real this time?
I think so.
Okay. Because on the way out, Reagan would like to chat up her best friend, June.
I'm going to bow as a reflex to the monster.
I will nod.
Reagan walks away. She just leaves.
Brika, you being inquisitive rogue, perception insight, as everyone else turns to go, you notice that Kahlo is standing there.
Hey, Callo,
Yes.
are you coming? We're going, so you should be coming too.
I do not know. I do not know many things in this new place. It is strange. It is odd. You do not play music well. You do not know wisdom, as has been passed down for many generations. But there is good in this world, in this new place I am. And part of knowing that, by nature, you know when something is not. He turns back to second if it's coming. I do not think this is a good thing.
I could have told you that.
I mean, killing Erwin von Tepler is he's like a major dick. I mean, Callo, I don't know how much you know about him, but he did he wholesale slaughtered my people. Him dying, honestly, I'm sure Monty disagrees with me because it's his girlfriend's dad, but he's the worst person.
I don't think Callo is talking about the specific.
No.
It's the general that this situation does not bode well. Callo,
There's a
I am
saying.
not from here either, and I understand what you mean.
There is a saying where I am from, that there are monsters and there are people. A bad person can be a monster, but the worst person is still not as bad as the best monster. It translates better than most of them I have said.
It's a good one.
Kahlo, let's get out of here, and let's talk when we're not in a cave under the ocean that we cannot breathe in if the ocean were to suddenly, I don't know, come in and crush us.
I don't know,
while we
number
were
2 said we
discussing
had
things.
time.
I don't believe him.
As you say that, you see Kahlo take in a deep breath, like a long, deep breath.
Like he's ready to swim.
Inhale, exhale. Kahlo looked like he'd been a bit banged up, and suddenly you see just like sort of like the parts of him, like he was looking a little shabby. Suddenly he just starts to like the wounds that he sustained start to like heal themselves over.
Wow.
Monks.
And then he finishes breathing, and he turns towards y'all, or like sort of past Brika towards y'all at the window or at the entrance, and he says, "If you think this is a right thing to do, very well. I will accompany you. If not, I think I may have to kill this."
Well, now that's a head scratcher for Reagan here, because no one ever asks her what the right thing to do is.
Kahlo.
There are...
Monty's just like staring at June, just staring daggers.
There are proper times and places for all things. This is not the proper time or place for that.
Make a persuasion check for me, June.
19.
Kahlo, he gives you another long look, June. And then he says, "Very well." And then he starts walking towards you. And he comes up beside you, June. And very quietly, for a moment you think that you may not have heard anything, he says, "I do not think that I trust you, though."
Fair enough.
And then he continues walking.
That's a good bird. I like that bird.
Love
It's a
that
good
bird.
bird.
Good bird.
Best bird. Hello, friends. Thank you so much for coming to this episode of Masks and Martyrs. This is your producer, Diana, and I have some housekeeping and plugs to take care of. So first of all, if you're enjoying our show, we would love if you left us a review on iTunes or wherever you're listening, and subscribe to the podcast. We have managed to briefly, and this was a week or two ago, but I just found it on the chart, we got to 115 on the iTunes drama charts, which is just bonkers high, and our numbers have gone up a lot since then in terms of, weekly listener engagement, so that's super awesome. Whatever you guys are doing is working. Thank you so much for helping us build this community. And speaking of community, we have a Discord server linked down in the description if you guys want to come chat with us, because I would love to get to know some of you people. Apparently we have a couple dozen people listening per day, so one of y'all get at me. All of y'all get at me. Let's all be friends. If you like this, you will probably be interested in the other projects on the Nerdification Media Network. We have a new episode of It Could Have Been Great dropping this Friday, the 15th, and I believe I am on an upcoming episode. And I believe I will be on an upcoming episode of the Write Anything podcast with some of the members of Turnabout Musical talking about that project. I will announce more details for that as they become available, because I don't know exactly when we're doing that yet. But you can check out our website at nerdification.media to find all of our podcasts, all of our gaming channels, and all of our shows. Oh, guys, this is exciting. Disclaimer, the next section contains paid advertising, and we get a kickback for it, because we have an affiliate this week for the first time. I know we have run plugs and promos before, but nothing that actually was getting us any monetary compensation, so hey, there's a disclaimer. I've been doing some legwork trying to find an affiliate partner that would actually want to share with you guys, because I'm not going to do you dirty and tell you about crap products that you don't want. But I am actually genuinely excited to talk to you about Dinnerly. Dinnerly is, as they put it, America's most affordable meal kit, starting at under $5 per serving. I have tried basically all of the big meal kits from promotions just like these on other podcasts, and it is about half the price. The recipes are simple enough that I think anyone can make them, but also a experienced cook can improvise on top of them. Like, at least once a week I end up making something that isn't what they intended me to make, but that I wanted to eat more and had the ingredients for in the box. So that's awesome. It has saved my wife and I a ton of money on eating out, because it turns out I suck at meal planning. Dinnerly lets us have meals cooked at home without me having to spend an extra hour trying to figure out what I want to eat for dinner every week before I go to the grocery store, because finding out what I want to eat for dinner in a day is hard enough. Doing it for a whole week is freaking impossible. If you want to get on this special I don't want to think about meal planning anymore offer, we have a deal for our listeners. Again, full disclosure, we get a kickback if you use the link, and that money goes back into helping us fund the podcast, keep making awesome content for you guys, get new equipment, and maybe pay Andrew for all of the blood, sweat, and tears that he puts into making this show with me and the rest of us. So, if you go to bit.ly/dinnerlymasks, that's Dinnerly Masks, you can get $10 off your first order with Dinnerly. It really, really, really helps us out, and I am honestly, genuinely excited that we have an actual affiliate. I feel super legit now. So go to that link again, bit.ly/dinnerlymasks, and it will also be down in the description for $10 off your first order. Last but not least are the music credits. Our intro music is Threads of Fate by Thomas Hart and Diana Paparozzi. Our mid-roll is Kevin MacLeod's Dreamlake. And thanks to Hopper and the Books on Tape for our ending theme, Merry Meet Meg. I switched it up on you guys this week. Alright, I'm gonna let you guys get back into the episode now. This one gets a little tense. I love it. I love the energy. Let's go, and thanks for stopping by. Reagan claps her hands. So, June, what is the plan? How we doing this? You wanna, like, I'll hold him and you stab him, or, like, there's, like, so many ways we can. I've got charts. I've been thinking about this for a long time.
The chart is literally,
dream journal.
the chart is just, like, a piece of parchment that just has, like, stick figure of, like, Reagan with, like, a sword, like, stabbing.
Uh-huh.
It's like a little, like, flip book. It's like, see, when you do back and forth, when you flip the page back and forth, it looks like I'm stabbing him in the head, which is where you want to stab him, because that way he won't get back up.
Just a little thing I've been working on since I was 14 years old. Yeah, I love it. Anyway, June, so, listen, I'll let you in on my plans. I mean, I was casing the joint last time we were there. I am here for you. You don't even have to pay me, you know? And honestly, if you don't want to do it, I'll just do it. Like, if you give me that, I don't need the knife. I've got my own, obviously. And she pats her sword. But, you know, if you wanted to, so what are you thinking, June? What's your temperature on killing Erwin von Tepler? Because I am just so delighted and pumped about this. Like, you have no idea. He murdered everyone I ever loved. They turned out to be okay. But, you know, maybe not my dad.
Sounds like you have a fascinating backstory.
Oh yeah, for sure, absolutely. But,
Yeah, June super doesn't care.
but who cares about that right now? Right now, all I know is you and I both want to kill the same asshole.
Let's talk plans. What are yours?
Okay, well, my favorite one is stabbing him in the throat. But just
It's a
shortly
good place
after
to
that,
stab.
well, it's a fun place to stab, you know, because you get, like, you hit the jugular and you get all the blood, and Reagan's just kind of going into gory fantasies. None of these have good tactics in them. They're just about the actual act of stabbing him. She thinks about it a lot.
Right.
I think that from here, the party ascends the staircase to the constant chorus of Reagan describing. It's literally just like Reagan describing all the different like methods of killing someone that she knows.
Yeah.
She's like, you know, like garrote wire. You know, it's not clean, but you know, it's functional.
It'll get the job done.
You know, it'll get the job done. Oh, you know what? I've heard a lot about just boulders, like just dropping a boulder on
You
somebody.
should see what they're doing with boulders these days. It's incredible. Anyway, so yeah, Reagan's just describing various ways to gore Monty's father-in-law.
After a couple minutes of sort of going up these stairs, the party emerges back into the into the light. I'm not gonna make y'all roll to like climb up a small, like relatively like easy cliff to climb. It's only like a couple feet
Reagan
up.
could probably boost everyone and then just jump at herself.
I'm gonna say that y'all get up there pretty effectively, and as soon as you do, the tide, the sea level rises in this localized area and fills back up once more, concealing both the dais that June claimed that second piece from, as well as the staircase down to that room. Right now, it's already late afternoon. You know, the sun's going down a little bit. You see approaching a dwarf. Those of you who live here, aka not June, you recognize Laszlo Slavity. He is the local bureaucrat from the who is very dedicated to the public good. He is the one who has he was the one who has for the last couple weeks has been moonlighting of trying to excavate this ship out every day when he finishes his shift with the public works of Intilla, essentially the public works department. And he's sort of walking over, just kind of just kind of trudging along, going to.
What's up?
And he goes, hi, hello. How are you doing today?
I'm great, actually, personally.
Just
How are you?
dealt with a giant tentacle monster problem
He
thing
turned
around
out to
the
be
boat.
kind of a nice guy, you know?
Wait. A what?
There was a tentacle monster in your bay. You didn't notice him?
It was a water tentacle.
Yeah.
Not like a squid.
Trying to drag your boat back under the water.
Yeah, I swear. Here's the thing. This boat has been nothing but trouble.
You should just
Honestly,
burn it. That's what I do with my problems. And
No.
then I suddenly have a new problem.
No.
Jesus fuck.
Listen, a boat, I'm not going to destroy a perfectly good boat. That's not
Yeah,
right.
obviously, it's not a perfectly good boat if it's been nothing but trouble, is all I'm saying, Slavity.
Listen, Miss Kime. I appreciate that. I appreciate
Reagan's
that.
fine, dude.
I appreciate Miss Kime. I appreciate the bit of levity. Levity is good. Levity is important in the workplace. But at the same time, when you're contracted to do a job, you do it the right way.
Okay, fair enough. What is it?
Now, what's this about tentacles?
Yeah, there was like a monster thing in the bay. He wanted us to kill someone, and it was the whole thing, and anyway, it's all good. He seems like a pretty chill dude.
Wait.
I'm just gonna, assuming I am maybe slightly behind Reagan, where she can't see, I'm just gonna look at Laszlo and make a drinking motion.
Make a deception check for me.
21.
We have all been day drinking.
Reagan, you should Laszlo face go, oh, yeah, you're right about that. Cool.
Oh yeah, so you met him too?
Cool. Not per se, but as long as they seem nice, that seems fine.
Yeah.
Why don't you get some water in yourself? You seem a little dehydrated.
I think I'm good, but I left my milk in the house. I'll get it later. It's all good.
All right. Well, I'm gonna get back to that. Have a good one.
Oh, real quick. Have you seen Rufus? Callow's looking for him.
Oh, well, last I heard about the champion, he, where was he? I believe that he was... Yes, that's right. There was a matter that needed his attention in the city. He should be back fairly soon now. He took some of the lads, went over. Should be enough to handle that business.
See, Callow, nothing to worry about.
Kahlo is just quiet.
Okay.
Laszlo sort of kind of nods. He says, "Well, back to it. Boat's not going to fix itself."
Yeah.
He just sort of jogs
Just
off.
be careful, man.
Yeah, mind the tentacles.
He goes, "Yes, of course, I will mind all those tentacles that are real."
Awesome.
And he just jogs up. At this point, Kahlo is just seems very quiet, as if he's thinking about something real hard.
Reagan is actually gonna turn to him. I assume she's noticed that he hasn't said shit in a while.
That he hasn't said some weird inane thing.
Yeah, he's been very...
And Monty's also
Reagan...
Monty's right behind him and looks like he's about to say something, and then Reagan starts to say something, and so Monty's like, ugh.
But I assume she's perceptive enough to notice he's been quiet.
I think it's pretty obvious that
Yeah.
his
Yeah.
like chattering bird, the chattering bird boy is like.
Callow, are you good, man? I mean, do you want to go look for him? I can help you. He's probably fine.
I am not concerned about. I do not know what I'm concerned about. I'm not a particularly smart person. That is not where I have dedicated myself.
Yeah, fair enough.
He sort of like holds out his like bird wing hand and kind of like curls it into like a bird fist, and he says, "My whole life, I was focused on the pursuit of enlightenment. I met someone who I thought would do much good. He is dead now.
Oh.
That is why I came here, because we were betrayed, and there is nothing left for me. There. I did not have anything when I came here. That is not a good thing. I have
Yeah. No, Yep.
But even as this city is a very odd place, filled with odd people, it has become a home for me. I am grateful to it. I do not like the idea of something vast entering the city with threats.
That's fair.
Is that... So all of this cryptic stuff literally flew right over Reagan's head. So is that what was happening back there?
Yeah, Reagan, some kind of ancient demigod or something wants to come in and take over and...
Oh.
Probably, wipe out the city and
Yes,
humanity, maybe? I mean, not just humanity, but, living, air-breathing things.
It's probably all of us.
June, you good with
yeah.
that? Or are we, gonna stab him in the back or something? Like some kind of cool betrayal thing.
I always find it's best to stay on the good sides of as many people as possible.
I mean, that's
Huh.
also fair.
Never thought about that.
See, that's interesting.
Literally, that is the most Reagan thing.
At that, from June, Kala just sort of says, "That is not correct. One should not glad hand and smile. One should be honest and forthright."
Yes, thank you.
Monty looks deeply uncomfortable with that thought.
I'm sorry, I'm just over here Kahlo is me.
Yes.
Yeah,
Apollo is
actually me.
actually Sarah.
Over here playing Wisteria, sweating.
Man, if any
Hollow.
other player character Sarah had right now.
It would be Birdmill.
Yeah. Kahlo, look, I know you said that you weren't smart and that wasn't where your skills lie, but that doesn't matter. You're wise enough to know that something about this is not going to work out well for all of us in the end. And I mean, I'm more with you than...
I mean, that's what you and Rufus and everyone here's for, right? Some shit tries to destroy the city and you guys stop it and everything works out in the end. I mean...
I think it is.
But what if they're not here? What happens if Rufus dies? Or, any... I mean, I feel like maybe at this point, there aren't many things that are keeping Hintilla from descending into an absolute bloodbath. I mean, sure, the nobles have, I wouldn't say checks and balances, but they keep each other from fighting in the open.
I mean, why would anyone want to kill Rufus? I mean, everyone seems to
Why
like
would
him.
anyone want to kill Lynn?
Politics and shit, but Rufus is a nobody. He's just he's the
But
champion.
Rufus is somebody. You've seen how people react to him.
He's an important figure in this place to these people. Everyone knows him now.
Exactly. And just because he's a good person doesn't mean that somebody's not going to kill him. And I don't what if it just falls to us? What are we gonna do?
I mean,
Are you going to do anything?
I don't know. June, you've been awfully quiet.
I don't really know this Rufus person.
He's a good guy.
Yeah, I don't think you'd like him very much.
Why not?
Who doesn't like Rufus? Rufus is...
Yeah.
he's
I mean, it's
fun.
not like I don't like him. I mean, he's a good guy, but like, I mean, I don't really know him.
Granted... Oddly
No, let her keep
specific
going. I want her to dig that hole.
Yeah, let's hear that one all the way out.
Dig
No,
around in there.
Yeah, just root in there. I don't think that somebody whose name is the Just is gonna be, playing ball in June's court.
I mean, no offense to you, June, or to me, because I guess I'm technically playing ball in your court right now, too, but I mean, I don't think that's a bad thing. No offense, June, that's not what I'm... you and I... people like you and I, June, us in the same category, me, thinking of you and me as equals right now. I mean, sometimes...
So, Reagan...
I don't know why you believe that someone who is given the title the Just is automatically more right.
Do you know how he got that title?
I would
June.
love to know.
There was a woman who tried to kill many people. I tried to stop her, but there was lightning, and it hurt very much.
Been there.
Delia.
Types are weak to lightning.
Delia tried to stop her, but as quick as she was, she also could not. Rufus stopped her. Rufus is not a perfect person. There are no perfect people, I do not think, especially not here. But, despite all of his haranguing, and his complaining, and his whining, and his bemoaning...
Yes, get on with it.
There are many words for this in your tongue. It is very fascinating. But despite all that, Rufus continues to try. Rufus is the reason that Miss Lynn is alive. Rufus is the reason that we all have a place to live. Rufus is the reason that I do not live in the alley that I was sleeping in. That, while it was mostly dry, sometimes got wet, and that was not enjoyable. My point is, this is a city of cloak and dagger, of knives in the dark. I have learned this by now. That is the only reason why one would invite a vampire to a party. But at the same time, perhaps it is necessary for someone to offer light, or at the very least, an alternative. I do not know you, Miss June. I do not think that qualifies me to make a judgment of you. However, someone who would take a knife to put in the back of someone, that does not seem like someone who I would wish to know.
For all our disagreements, Kahlo, I do in fact agree with you.
Wait, so are we not killing Erwin von Tepler? Because I was, like, really jazzed on that.
Oh no, we're killing Erwin von Tepler.
Oh, thank God.
No, I just meant that there does need to be someone bringing light into this world. I'm just not that person.
See, it's interesting that you say we're killing Erwin von Tepler, because I'm 99.999% sure that you were lying.
Wait, what?
What?
June!
I can't say I know for sure what you're going for here, what your plan is, but you're not being honest with us, and that's no basis for a relationship.
You lied to me? I thought we had something.
I'm sorry you don't believe me. The creature, the vision that he gave me was to kill Erwin von Tepler.
Wait, Brika, what are you going
Brika is just like eyes narrowed, like.
Now Reagan must choose between her two closest companions, Brika and June.
Ouch, Monty. Ouch.
Well, see, June just kind of got a promotion. June got a promotion when she said that we were going to kill Erwin von Tepler together.
Yeah. automatically
Oh yeah,
his
no,
friend.
Monty knows that he's at the bottom of Reagan's, like...
Reagan loves her.
What's the opposite? What's the opposite of a shit list? Monty knows that he is an ally and that Reagan maybe cares about him, but he is at the bottom of that
Fair.
list.
Brika, are you sure?
Listen, I'm with Brika.
Of course you're with Brika. You know best. You listen to Brika.
But June.
All I am saying is that there is some nonsense going on here. There is dishonesty. There is mistrust. I don't like that fish man. And June, I don't know how to feel about you because you are always doing suspicious things and sneaking around. And I sneak around, but not the way that you sneak around.
I mean, we all sneak around, am I right?
Not me.
I do not think we need to
not
sneak.
No, you don't.
No.
Really? Oh, I guess you're a monk. I keep thinking you're a rogue.
But, I mean, June, wait. Brika, you're sure that we're not killing Erwin von Tepler?
I am sure that she is lying at least about that. I don't know who she's supposed to be killing, but I know for sure that that was not truthful.
Reagan's paranoia has set back in case anyone was wondering.
Hey, welcome to the club, Reagan. I live here. You
It's
see,
the
this
worst
is
club.
my little tower to crippling paranoia that keeps me up at night. It's like the source of all of my nightmares.
Reagan turns to June and very quietly, I mean, not quietly like no one can hear her, quietly like she is trying very hard to keep her voice, her tone even. June, who are we killing?
Erwin von Tepler. And I'm afraid I don't need anyone's help.
June.
Oh,
So,
hold on. June,
If
have
you would like to
thought
miss
about-
out, if you would like to miss out on the opportunity of a lifetime for revenge, Reagan,
Of course
I
not. If we're killing
understand.
Erwin von Tepler, I'm coming. That is obviously what I'm doing. He's like my favorite person to think about killing. Believe me, June, I'm there with you on that. But I trust Brika, and that's not who the thing told you to kill. Who did the fish monster tell you to kill?
Erwin von Tepler.
Reagan's
Other
hand is
than
on her
Erwin
sword.
von Tepler, was there somebody else? Maybe you have to kill Erwin von Tepler and maybe an additional target.
Reagan's hand is on her sword.
It's Erwin von Tepler.
June, who are we killing?
Erwin von Tepler.
She's not gonna budge on this. She's just not.
Because it's the truth.
All right. Reagan takes her hand away from her sword and kind of steps over to June and puts a hand on her shoulder, and she's like, all right, let's go kill Erwin von Tepler.
Now hold on a second. Monty's like trying to think really fast on his feet here. Hold on one sec. Why would you go... Have you thought about what it's going to do to the city?
I don't give a shit what happens to Hintilla, honestly. No offense, Kahlo, that's what you got. That's what people like you and Rufus and your friends and Monty and Brika, that's what your kind of people are for. I'm not a good person, Monty. That man took everything from me, and he's going to die for it.
But you are! You are! I heard you talk... I mean, no, I didn't hear you talking to Rufus because I was unconscious.
No.
Never mind, but... Reagan, I refuse to believe that you are anything other than a fundamentally good person. You would have killed me by now.
Monty, I'm not a bad person, but I'm not a good person either. And Erwin and Elaine von Tepler are going to die, and I'm going to be there for it. And there's not anything else to discuss.
Oh my god.
It's my friend!
No!
Here's the thing. I really wish you hadn't said that. And then, flickering out of
Oh
the
shit.
thin air is a half-elf. She's got, some laugh lines, some crow's feet. She's standing there, and she just says, of all the things you could have said, I mean, I said to them, I said on the day of my wedding, I said, don't go to Gothric, don't do it, but they had to go. Of course, it's their duty. I mean, you know how it is when it's your duty and you love somebody, but that's beside the point. Why did you have to say that? That's just not going to fly with us.
Who are you?
Oh, sorry. My name is Hortensia. Pleasure to meet you.
I'm so glad I forced you to do a Linda Belcher accent for the duration of this character.